If you've seen like any elimination discussion in BFDI, you've probably come across certain comments about people thinking that certain characters should have stayed over other characters. I am not an exception to that. And I know there's like dozens of videos about this already, but I'm just going to look at every BFDI voting style and I'll just choose which one's my favorite. I'll just rate them from a scale of 1 to 10 and I'll say my thoughts on them. And then we can reach the final conclusion on which one's my favorite at the end of this video. Before we start, please like and subscribe and also follow up on my 30 Days of BFDI series on my Shorts tab. And now we can start. I won't be referencing any other object shows in this video. But anyways, Vote to Eliminate was BFDI's first voting style. And honestly, I really like this in BFDI. I don't know how some people managed to make it as far as they did, but who really cares? But out of every style in this video, this one's probably the easiest to wear. You could just write anyone out. Stapy, Leafy again. But I'll save that one for the vote to save segment. But overall, Vote to Eliminate is hard to hate. I mean, why would you really hate Vote to Eliminate? Like, yeah, some eliminations are iffy, but overall, I like Vote to Eliminate. I'll give it an 8. Now for Vote to Save, I like the concept of this way better than Vote to Eliminate, because instead of voting for who you want gone, you vote for who you want to survive, and I like that way more. And with this, you get to directly support your favourite characters. And also, we had Vote Wars, and that was entertaining until it wasn't. But it's been over a year since votes were privated and we moved to Google Forms, so we might as well forget about it. This style creates way more drama than Vote to Eliminate. Death threats are kind of common. I don't really know why. These are fictional. These are objects, but whatever. And also, with the amount of times I've experienced these, I think I've come to the conclusion that nobody likes my opinions when it comes to these characters. Which leads to all my favourites being eliminated really early. And also the issue is, you kinda have to balance screen time unless you just want to write them out by making them just act really weird or just don't do anything with them at all. I believe the worst example of this was Bubble in BFB 22. Like, she was just dead for most of the episode. And this influenced votes so much because Leafy got like that huge scene and Bubble got the most votes in her previous elimination and then she got the least votes in the next one. Overall, I'll give it an 8 out of 10 as well, but I like it more than Vote to Eliminate. I'll just call this one the team swap style. If you've forgotten for whatever reason, in early BFDI in the 3 teams phase, the losing team would have the elimination like normal, which is Vote to Eliminate. However, the 2 most voted will be leaving the team, and then the winning team who placed first will choose which one will join their team in a contestant vote. And honestly, I think this should have been used more often because it gives the voters their opinion, which I think is necessary because BFDI is so popular and having their viewers make some decisions is kind of necessary to build the fandom. And it also gives the team a decision without making it so obvious they're trying to write somebody out. But I don't really know, it's been like 15 years nearly since this style was last used, so we don't really know how today's fanbase would react to this style. I don't know why I keep calling it a twist. But based on what we've seen, I'll give this an 8.5. I like it quite a lot. Likes and dislikes is the BFDI elimination style. In the description of every BFDI episode, they link a playlist where you have to like or dislike each videos. Or just don't do it if you don't care about the character, I don't really know. It's basically just Vote to Eliminate with a twist. The one with the most dislikes gets eliminated, and the one with the most likes gets a prize. They may or may not just be a gag or a joke, or they may or may not be actually useful and would impact the episode. I don't really know what else to add for this part, because like I said, this is just basically Vote to Eliminate with a twist. Or at least that's how I feel about it. But I do like the prize aspect about it, other than the fact that Tennis Ball wins almost every single time, or the fact that Carrie had to say that the votes were not rigged twice and show proof because people did not believe it because the YouTube dislikes extension is not accurate. I'll probably give it like an 8.25, I guess. This only happened like twice outside the moving team style, but I'll just add in anyways. Contestant vote is literally just contestant vote. It's self-explanatory and obvious. The first one was fine, I guess. I mean, Leafy never really jumped over. It was just that Tennis Ball hit something, I forgot what it was, and then Leafy got knocked over with a hammer, I think. But I mean, I would have rather her stay over Tennis Ball anyways, so I don't really care. And then the second one was just people wanting ice cubes to go in the TLC because it was absolutely boiling hot, which I mean, I get it. The heat is absolutely shit in summer, but like, come on. Ice Cube was like my second favorite character at the time when I joined this fandom. So obviously me, like 10 years ago, would be so upset at this happening and would never see Heat the same way ever again. I would have just cried when it was summer. But what could have been with this character, even though my favorite character at the time was Woody of all people, and the only content of him at the time was season 1. Based on what we've seen, I did not like Contestant Vote in BFDI, and I don't think it was handled that well in season 1. But I mean, times have changed. BFDI has been getting more serious. Well, in Teapot, but you get what I mean. So, overall, I'll give Contestant Vote here a 6 out of 10. So, overall, I think that the team swap twist is the best. However, this should only really happen for teams with at least quite a few people. Otherwise, the team distributions based on how many members are in them would be so uneven. But, I mean, hey, vote is safe. I'll live. I think. I But anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys whenever I post, probably when 2.19 releases.